What's going on, guys? My name is Ghost. Today we're playing some Search and Destroy on the map Derail using my TAR 21 with Marathon. Usually I don't like to post Search and Destroy games because they're long and I tend to ramble on and on. I usually like to keep my gameplays under about 5 to 6 minutes so I don't ramble. But today I have a topic that, I think I can fill the whole almost 8 minutes. And then I have a question for you, the viewer or subscriber, at the very end. So if you want to just listen to me rant for a little bit, I'd really like your response in the comment section at the end of the video. I'd really appreciate it. So, I watch a whole lot of YouTube videos. This used to be a pretty good form of income for myself. So I watch a lot of people's videos. I want to hear opinions. I want to, get strategies on how to get better at the game, etc. And I've noticed a trend of, just being complete mindlessness in everyone's videos, and it's just really disturbing. It's irritating almost. I watch a whole lot of videos, and none of these videos from anyone, the big channels, the small channels, usually don't consult anything of importance. You don't see any commentator talking about real life current events. You don't see anyone talking about the Occupy Wall Street protests that have spread from New York to Boston to even as far as Ireland, from what I've heard. I mean, this is a big deal. This is something that currently affects you. Maybe you're a little bit younger and it doesn't affect you straight directly, but it does affect your parents. It affects their income, stuff like that. So it does affect you. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like 13 to 17 and you really don't give a shit about stuff like that. Oh, surprise double right there. That was nice. And but it's the older you get, the more that stuff is going to catch your attention. The more you mature, you're going to be concerned about things like this, and it's going to come up, and it's good to talk to someone about it because, express views and opinions. And that's kind of like what YouTube is nowadays. It's a central hub of, discussing things that you like, things that affect you, etc. But today I wanted to briefly talk about, very briefly, I'm not going to jam anything down your throat for 5 minutes, is education. Now, most of the YouTube viewing audience, from what I understand, is very young. I look at my demographics from the statistics. Ooh, wow, I need to go back to school. Statistics standpoint, and I see the viewing age of my videos is around 13 to 17 is the primary hub of what watches my videos. Now, in those ages, you're obviously in school. You're very youthful, and you're absorbing as much information as you can to go out in the real world, to start a job, to start a family, whatever you want to do, either or. Make as much money as you can. But what I want to express, especially if you're young, in between that age demographic, is you really need to pay attention to what's going on in the world. When you're at school, you need to listen to what's going on. You need to soak in everything that's being taught to you. And I'm not trying to once again ram anything down your throat, but the older you get, you're going to realize that this is what you should have done in high school. Referring to myself, I was a kind of mediocre student. I wasn't the best. I did graduate high school and went on to some college. But, I sit back and I think, man, I really should have paid attention more in class. I should have pursued my education more. So, you look back and you think of those kids, oh, those straight A kids, what a bunch of nerds, complete, they're wasting their life and their nose in the books while I'm off playing Call of Duty 4. It's, you look back now and you're like, whoa, those are the smart kids. Those are the kids that have masters and PhD degrees now, making over 100 and 150K a year, while you're still sitting at a job making 30. So it's like this, education, you need to soak all that in right now. It's very, very important, as it's the foundation, especially when you're young. You learn a lot faster, you catch on to things better, and you just need to soak it all in. If you're in high school, even if you're in middle school right now, all that is very important. And I'm sure if you have a mother or a father, or if you just have one, I know sadly divorce is a very common thing nowadays, but if you have someone at least guiding you in the right direction, they should be giving you advice, and they're telling you to stay in school, get better grades, pay attention, actually go to class. That's one of my big factors when I was in high school, was not actually attending the class itself, but you really need to listen to them, and like don't brush it off as, you know, oh, that's, it's not cool to go to school and anything like that. You really need to like discuss with your parents, especially if in your like sophomore, junior year in high school. You need to talk to your parents about college. Like, don't be afraid to ask them, hey, can we go online? Can we check out, even if you can't afford it, if you're not the wealthiest family in the world, you can go online and you can like apply for grants, you can apply for financial aid, and you can get that stuff. That's something you guys need to be concerned about. Take your SATs, take your ASVAB if you're going to go into the military. This is like the perfect time to talk about stuff like this with your parents. And like, once I just said, like, don't look at chaos fail so hard right here. Sorry. Serious conversation went haywire when I started watching this. So yeah, don't be afraid to discuss things with your parents. If you're like me, when I was, in my youth in high school, I didn't talk about anything to my parents. Nothing. I would just get up in the morning, go to school, come home, and play video games. And I repeated that for 4 years straight. And then by the end of my high school year, I was like, oh shit, what do I do now? I don't want to just jump into the workforce and, make mediocre money for the rest of my life. It's something to bring up with your parents, keep in touch with them, anyways. Also, since this commentary is wrapping up, switch to my intervention, so let's watch me attempt to snipe. The question I want to ask you guys, the subscriber or viewer, if you're new here, feel free to leave it in the comment section below also, is, it sounds kind of creepy, but leave in the comment section your first name, how old you are, and like what you want to, it sounds lame, oh my phone's going off, terrible timing, what you want to do when you grow up, or if you're already grown up, what you are. So I would say my name's Jordan, I'm 24, I'd like to, be a police officer or graphic designer in a year, something like that, because I'd like to, get to know you guys a little bit better, and see the path that you guys want to take, and I might be able to help you, some kind of advice, especially if it's like computer advice or anything like that. But I don't know, I just felt like, a different commentary would, connect me a little bit better with my subscribers and viewers. So right here, I wallbang this guy, look to my left, shoot this guy, it's game over. 16-1, search and destroy on the rail, and a little bit of sniping action there in the end. I'm a terrible sniper, but I don't know, this game I had my game face on. So yeah, just leave that in the comment section below, name, age, what you want to do, or what's your current occupation. That'd be really cool, and then maybe we can chat it up in the comments. So once again, my name is Ghost, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.